Hey y'all, how y'all doing? All right, so y'all, my kids been gone away since I want to say May. The last week of May, they've been gone. Okay, and I got my kids this week, for about a week. I think next Monday, my mom wants to rearrange to pick them back up. But y'all, when I tell y'all, my kids don't do anything at my parents' house. They do zero stuff. Like you expect. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back, y'all. So what I was saying was, I have my kids for 1 week, and that's my middle child, my Tyler, my youngest son. And baby, I didn't realize how much it was useful to have my children in my house, y'all. My son took out the trash this morning because North Carolina, the city I'm at, we have a curfew. So, and the curfew's at 11, but typically, getting everything ready, dishes, washing, sweeping, mopping, I probably am not finished the house until like 12. So my son, I said, "Hey, buddy, can you take out the trash in the morning before I go to work?" And he's like, "Yes." Y'all, I love it. I love it here. I'm like, I don't think I want them to go back home yet. I love it here. So I knew they was coming back. So I was like, let me go to Sam's because y'all, I didn't go grocery shopping, like real life grocery shopping for my kids since May. So what I have in the house is, you know, leftovers from previous months. Like, so if I wanted chicken, I pull out chicken. But y'all, I have not been grocery shopping for about 2 months with my kids gone. And that's for the house. Now, my mom said, "Hey, can you do a Walmart order? I pick it up. What the kids want, what they need." That's something totally different because that's at my mom's house. But, um, but this is not a grocery store haul. Like, I went to Sam's and I spent that shout outs to Sunbucks. Sunbucks allowed the kids to get $120. I have two kids. So shout out to Sunbucks. And I said, well, my mom was like, I said, well, mom, do you need it? And she's like, no, just use it for the house. And I was like, okay, cool beans. And that's it. That's it. That's all she wrote. So I used it and I bought stuff for my kids that I know they would enjoy eating. The hot pockets, the mozzarella sticks, stuff like that, the pizzas. But one thing about it is, I don't shop for one meal for my kids. I shop for multiple days. And Strong Mommy Chrissy, Nika out here shitting on y'all. Nika did a haul. And so what? There was a lot of poker beans and baked beans in there. But Nika shops for those kids for a month. It might not be food that we'll think is appetizing for the children, poker beans, rice, but she buys food for a month. It might not be the chicken and the steak that me and you viewers are we purchase, not the mac and cheese, the real mac and cheese, spaghetti noodle. But Nika shops for those kids. But Christy, mm-mm. That little haul was embarrassing. She bought something, burgers, the smash burgers. Now, y'all know how small smash burgers are. Definitely what comes in there. Smash burgers is typically supposed to be for like two, you know? You can eat one burger, but typically it's two. How thin they are, right? You bought 20. Can 20 last my household? If I was using one patty, yeah. That would have been 4 days. Four burgers meals I can use with that. If I was doing, was it five? Five burger meals. If I was doing two. If I was doing one. And that's four of us. And some fries. But Christy, you got 8 kids. And they're growing kids. So I'm assuming that you can't just, you might can just give your kids one burger. And I did see that time. Hey, Sco, but you have one box out of 31 days out the month. And this comes to the question from me. Your grocery and you complaining about groceries shouldn't even be because you make school lunch for your kids. That's what you go on here telling, saying, "Hey, I made school lunch." There's no way you make school lunch for out of 21 days out of the school year, out the month. I say at least 21 days because holidays, teacher work day, um, you know, emergencies. I don't expect you to actually do that. And the sad reality is you get on here and you come on here and say, "Hey, I'm making this for my kids for lunch." But then you go around and you buy one box of something, one box of this. You bought one thing of vegetables. Like, what the heck? You over there really struggling. Hey, Osan, I try to be. Y'all, I have to take days off. I really do. But seriously, there's no reason why you complaining about the groceries because you make school lunch. You make school lunch. That's crazy. And you only buying one of something? That's banana. See, I can go to Sam's Club and buy a 20 box of, just say I can buy one box of mozzarella sticks because there's one kid that eats mozzarella sticks. One kid, my daughter won't touch it. My youngest won't. He might eat it, but he ain't gonna be like, "Oh, I gotta have that." Hot Pockets, I might need to buy 2 boxes because when my kids come back from school, my goal is I put all the like the bulk stuff, like the pizzas, the hot pockets, maybe little wings and stuff like that they can put in the air fryer. But I typically don't buy those because my kids say they taste nasty after the bags are open and they go back. I don't know how to fix that. It is what it is. So we just don't buy. So if they want wings, guess what? Mommy just has to make wings. But at the end of the day, I buy according to what that fan base is. I'm sorry, Chrissy. You have 8 kids that's in that house. You should at least have at least 3 boxes of everything. Everything you picked up, you should have 3 boxes. You picked up food for you and your pleasure. You don't buy food for your children. And I said what I said because you bought a box of pineapple rice. And I'm sitting here saying, hmm, for 8 kids, mm-mm, mm-mm. You bought more chips and snacks. And y'all, I don't go to Sam's to buy chips anymore. What I do is if my kids have a chip craving and they say, Mom, can you pick up some chips? I don't buy that box because let's say 60% of those chips is not going to get eaten, like the corn chips, the regular, I, yeah, they're not going to get eaten. And then one thing about it is, y'all don't pay attention to Sam's Club, they will sell y'all some expired stuff. Yes, ma'am. So little Debbie cakes, the cinnamon buns, honey buns, majority of them expire within maybe probably 2 weeks. So there's no point of me buying that. Okay, my kids, hey, if you want a cinnamon bun, we go to cinnamon bun and get a cinnamon bun. How about that? That can that can that make you feel good for as long as you need it. But Chrissy, there's no way. Stop. Don't you come. You and Jazz don't come in here talking about you got to make school lunches and y'all complaining about summer. Cause I'll be that's a roller coaster. When my kids had to do school lunch, that was like, okay, I know what to do. I know what to buy every week. I know what to look for, what they like. And sometimes it's more convenient. But you got 8 kids. You bought one box of noodles. And then you try to be slick and use somebody else's background, use the Sam's background, and post it as your own. We saw you didn't buy no eggs. You didn't buy no meat. You bought one 5 pound ground beef. That's crazy. Was that 9 pounds? I think it was 9 pounds. That's and I'm assuming nine, break that down. Let's say 2 pounds. If she breaks down 2 pounds, that's one, two, three, four. 4 meals out of 31 days. Now that's a spaghetti meal. That might be just a pound for one spaghetti meal. See, I can do a pound for my family of 4. And I also can throw in some Italian sausages, ground Italian sausages. And maybe one box of spaghetti noodles. But Chrissy, you got all those kids and you said about you didn't buy nothing. I don't, people say, well, you don't know what she bought when she, no, she didn't buy nothing. You need to learn how to shop reasonable. Sam's Club is not reasonable to you. And people's like, I always hear people on this damn thing, Sky, Wine Glass, talking about the kids all they want is a snack. Well, you stop pumping them up with junk. You don't have to worry about them being hungry. And one thing about it, y'all, my son, he loves his Lunchable. He loves his freaking Hot Pockets and pizzas, mozzarella. But I give him a portion. Okay, so y'all, this is what I do. Some people, y'all might not like it. They get 2 Hot Pockets, they get 2 pizzas. when they come home from school. Not at one time, but for the week. So Monday through Friday, I restock the refrigerator so they can get it and they don't go in my deep freezer to get anything. Okay. So during that time, they have options. So if Sunday and Monday comes around, they can eat their leftovers from Sunday dinner slash dinner. They can eat that hot pocket or lunchable, whatever. And then they can later on they say, I just want to eat something. And then when they get hungry for dinner, they can eat their leftovers. That's how I train my children. Now I don't do chips. I don't do cookies. I don't. My daughter, she's a tuna fish kid, so she's tuna fish and crackers or Vienna sausages. I know I'm trying to break her out of it, but I guess she's getting ready for college. I don't know. She's getting ready for college, so I'm gonna keep it cute. But at the end of the day, you didn't buy nothing that made sense for kids being at school, kids being at home for the summer. Nothing made sense at that hall. I didn't see no bread. I didn't see sandwich meat. I didn't see I don't know. I didn't see summer food. I saw dinner meals. And then you had the audacity say, I only like things that's like 12 items or more. 20 she said 15 items or more. But you have 8 kids at the house. You have you have 8 kids. And I'm not counting cash. He might be in the mix. Now I see why your kids was over there eating 2 pieces of meat. Just whatever meat she had, she broke it off. So every kid got 2 pieces of meat. And not like a piece of chicken, y'all. No, literally like a piece of meat. Like she said she made ribs. It looked like she cut the ribs to like a nice, it was like a decent size. Maybe if you cut it with a knife, you could get 4 pieces. But it was just a principle of, maybe if you cut it in half, you can get 2 pieces. Depends on how you like to chew your meat. But those kids, they was chewing that meat, and they knew there wasn't. They better not ask for leftovers, because that's how Chrissy is. And then you want to take somebody to a picnic, but you got to do hauls like that. Make it make sense. You a half-ass mother. That's all you are known for. I'm sorry. And then you talking about, babe, want me to do my zucchini, bitch. Well, your man said we'll make it do what it do. That means, y'all, what that mean? Y'all don't have the money to do it, but he wants it. He wanted just the pasta, but y'all don't have it like that. Another thing, I did see that picnic, Chrissy. What are you trying to prove? Every shot you had that had a silhouette, it was only you. He didn't walk along with you, and don't sit here and say, "Well, I'm working." No, and I'm not even saying that it wasn't a guy, but to me, why why would you even come on here and saying that y'all was arguing back and forth, and y'all wasn't even at the picnic? It's just like you just say stuff to feel important. Bitch, you don't feel important. Fill up your damn freezer with food. other than one bag of broccoli. Now, back in the day, Sam's Club bag of broccoli had four of them in there. And y'all, like I said, that might work for my family. But how many bags you might need, Chrissy, for your family? I would assume that you'll need all four bags, maybe three. But you'll be the first to come on here and show us your razzle and dazzle food. But you just throw some food, whatever, to your damn kids. Now I see why Jazz idolized you so much. Cause Jazz still shop like she don't have any kids. That's crazy. And then he's like, I hope it lasts. What the fuck is gonna last? The burp or the fart? Which one you think is gonna last? Because that food that you got is not gonna last. Nothing. And y'all, I'm a cooker. Yeah, I'm a cooker. So I don't have canned foods. And like I said, I don't have canned foods like that. I don't have boxed macaroni like that. I don't. Yeah, like I said, the only thing I'll do is frozen pizza, hot pockets, and pizzas. Not pizzas, but mozzarella sticks and pancakes. The frozen pancakes. But I catch those on sale. When Publix come out with sales with that, I get it. But yeah, Chrissy, don't be coming on here talking about you got to feed your kids school lunch if you're struggling in the summertime like that. You better go yell and scream at the lunch ladies talking about get your kids some half off lunch or something because that's embarrassing as hell. Like, but you feed your kids school lunch and you send them to school with lunch. That's crazy. And we saw the struggle. I'm not gonna pretend like we didn't see the struggle. We saw the struggle. Are you cool, Star Mommy Chrissy? Are you cool? Cause it don't seem like you cool getting one box of. They get 2 days. they they get two. The kids they gotta fight for the. And one kid don't have something, they gotta fight for it. That's the reason why it's so. Now I see why she split things in half. But shit, your kids, that's their food stamps, Chrissy. We know you get food stamps. Just the way that you hold on to it. I'm going to buy myself some sushi. Bitch, you don't need to buy sushi. If you had to buy one box or something, you have to buy one box of Hot Pockets. And this is for the month, y'all. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a different breed. I don't buy snacks because I think it's a waste of money. I don't buy nothing in Sam's Club besides grapes. Um, I buy butter from Sam's Club. I buy cooking oil, that's avocado or vegetable oil. Um, I don't even buy seasons because y'all, be honest with y'all, I feel like their season clumps up too much. Is it me? But candles, if you buy them at Sam's Club, they clumpy. It gets clumpy fast. So yeah. Mm-mm. Um, because what I bought with my Sam's Club, it cost me 192. So I bought, of course, I bought Hot Pockets pizzas, the little pan pizzas, mozzarella sticks, cooking oil, Nutella, and I bought two of those because each kid, my oldest kids, they like it, so they like it with pretzels. So I'm cool with that. Um, and that could be a snack. So I just scoop it and call it a day. Um, I don't buy juice from there. because, like I said, I shop budgeting shopping. So if your budget shopping is definitely have to be Publix for certain things. Buy one get one free type of thing. Um, but yeah, I don't buy drinks from there. Meat is iffy. I ain't even gonna say I don't. It's gotta look right. But yeah, but Chrissy, a mother of nine, you shop like you got 4 kids. That's it. Now, granted, we don't see the older three. That is Kingston, Cadence, and I don't know the other little girl's name. Kamara, Kaya. We don't see them. So when Chrissy make meals, we don't see their plate. We just see the five. That is the triple cousins. I don't call them brothers; they're cousins. Um, and the twins. When she feeds the cousins and the twins, that's it. And the reason why I call them, well, reason why I call them cousins is because they got the same bloodline, right? But they just cousins. They all look different. They all look different. Okay. They might be brothers. I'm not gonna hold that. They might all three brothers from the same mama and daddy, but their genes is just a little off. That's all. But yeah, Chrissy, I need you to do better. At least buy three of everything. When you go in that store, buy three of it. Yeah, yeah. And don't buy just one thing for yourself. Like you bought one bag of shrimp. Like, what the hell you gonna do with that? One bag of shrimp is maybe can last maybe about 4 meals. Maybe 4 meals. Maybe. Not even that. Maybe two. But one bag of shrimp for a family of 8. Then you get on here with piles of something. Like you have salmon on the salad. Like, girl, your kids gotta literally eat all their food to be full. Interesting. Well, she got her salmon, right? Let me pick up this so it can look good when I eat it on my video. Like Chris Jazz. Jazz be spending so much money on those little TV. And I'm like, lady, just make good spaghetti. But I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm done with ranting about Chrissy and her little haul. Literally. I can see if the food makes sense, but it don't. I can see, but it don't. But I'll talk to y'all beautiful people later. Bye.